Supreme Court ruled last week, Child Protective Services can take your child with no evidence of abuse. That's legalizing state kidnapping. So that's my point, and...
You know, my name is Dusty Williams, and I am in San Diego, California. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You can go to YouTube and type in Connie Marshall Targeted Individual Gang Stalking. You know, hang on a second, please. Just hold on, I got to put my shirt on. I was listening to that audio file, and I ran across that part, and I wanted to use it for this particular video because it pretty much exposes what I've already been talking about in reference to one aspect of organized stalking or which you can also term as gang stalking. Now, in organized stalking and gang stalking, it's nothing but organized crime that's in the system. And basically what they're doing is using their employment descriptions along with criminal expeditions that are attached to the protocols of of organized stalking, gang stalking, in order to be able to tear down people's lives by covertly blacklisting them from employment, by staging vehicle accidents, by covertly created homelessness by getting landlords and property owners on board. So think about this. If you have a single woman, okay, or a single male that's got a child, okay, and you start losing your jobs, and you can't find one after you lose another one, okay, you know, the previous one you had, and then you can't find one, and then all of a sudden you realize that you can't pay your rent. Yeah. And then so you get in your car and you try to look for a job, and you're going through all your gas money, and you're going through all your money for gas. So you think to yourself, well, I better go apply for social services, and then eventually you find out that your social services have been taken away through normal appearing excuses and normal appearing means. Yes, because you would not believe what these individuals will go to in order to be able to keep social services away from organized stalking, gang stalking targets. Go to Google and type in Erica Dean Gilmore, a California target, and look for the Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. It's probably like Freedom FCHS. It's a PDF link. Okay, Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. The from Covert Harassment and Surveillance, just use the initials after you type in Freedom. Erica Dean Gilmore. And basically what they did with her, she was an African-American woman, a single mother, and they blacklisted her from employment. They flooded, see, I know how these, I read her documentation file, and I know how these expeditions operate. And basically, if you go to Google and type in how they'll rent apartments next to targets, above targets, below targets, or across from targets in an apartment complex, and what they did with her was they deliberately and intentionally, I don't know if she's ever figured this out yet or not, but they flooded the apartment that was above her, okay? So the water will come down through her bathroom ceiling, and then the city inspector used that as an excuse to render her apartment as uninhabitable in order to put her out on the street. I strongly suggest that you closely research her PDF link. Now, again, her name is Erica Dean Gilmore. I believe she was a California target, single mother. Because what they're doing is breaking down people's lives, especially the vulnerable, like single parents, covertly blacklisting them from employment, staging vehicle accidents, so they don't even have a car to sleep in once homelessness is created. And you can Google how they'll rent apartments next to targets. You can also research how they'll get landlords and property owners on board, how they'll use post employees to get them on board to steal or delay the rent, or any other type of mail that is used in order to be able to keep a target independent, like mail that's supposed to come in from social services. Yes, or any other type of mail that's pertinent to a target staying independent from the streets. Because they put them out on the street and then try and claim the mother or the father, whether it be a single mother or a single father, like a single parent mother or father who's trying to take care of their child on their own. They put them out on the street so then social services can step in and say, you can't take care of your child. You're out on the street. And numerous things happen against these single parents as they're experiencing this, like them trying to get them addicted to drugs, by trying to get the parent involved in some type of crime. so they can be set up to be arrested. Yeah, so that brings the child one step closer to syndicated state care. Eventually, the goal is to get legal custody of them to put them in a foster care home that is run by organized crime syndicates. They go in and they buy these homes real cheap through HUD, and then they go hunting by selling information from social services workers about who's vulnerable, like single parents. Yeah, single women or single men that have children. And then basically what they do is they surveil their lives until they can get enough information about how easy it would be to tear down their lives, and then they implement the program against them. They do this also to single women, single mothers, people on disability, veterans, which burns my ass up and down the road. And the elderly, they're doing this too as well, and that really makes me mad as well. You know, I'm just one person. I don't have a national or even a local platform to be able to expose these criminalities, because you would not believe what they tried to literally make Erica Dean Gilmore into a prostitute. They literally illegally kidnapped Connie Marshall's grandchildren. Connie Marshall and Erica Dean Gilmore are both African American. Now, if you have any real truth in your soul, which I'm sure you do, you know that African Americans have been unjustly treated from the time they were brought over here up until today's date. Minorities, including Mexicans, okay, are unfairly treated because they're poor, for one. A lot of them are poor, yes they are, okay, and they're made poor and deliberately kept in poverty in order to be able to exploit them one way or another. And if you don't think the prison industrial complex is not also used in these organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions, think again. Because these individuals will stage events to provoke a target to act out. They'll stage the witnesses, call the police. A syndicated cop intercepts the call because he's aware it's a staged event to begin with. He intercepts the call and arrives on the scene and will either make a police report, arrest the target, institutionalize the target, jail the target. You would not believe what I know. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth concerning the organized crime that's in the system. Now, when you think about this, if any police officer or district attorney office member is watching this video, or a member of the city's attorney's office, if you're not involved in these kinds of organized crime schemes and syndicates, then I strongly suggest you listen to what I'm saying, because then you should care about these crimes. But if you are a member of these syndicated organized crime groups that are infiltrated in the system, understand this and be clear. We outnumber you. American citizens outnumber you. Okay? And when the stuff hits the fan, and it will one day, because American citizens are getting fed up with the crap. Okay? So the only thing that I can do is tell you is that we will come after you legally one day. And we will find ways to group together to expose you. There is strength in numbers. And by the way, just to let you know, fellow American citizens, targets of these crimes are deliberately and intentionally kept isolated from uncorrupted social support. Our emails are intercepted and rerouted. Email replies are faked by them, trying to bait the target to trust a certain place or a certain environment. Yes. Or a certain, like a specific type of charity or church. Yes, they tried to steer me to multiple churches. Yes, throughout this campaign. Now, you would not believe what I know, okay? And so we're deliberately and intentionally kept isolated in these campaigns so the next steps can be implemented against us, okay? So the original objective and motivation can be achieved before the target gets uncorrupted help. I'm in San Diego, California. Our cell phones are even hacked, and you can YouTube that and cross-reference it to organized stalking and or gang stalking. And it's not stalking by gangs, okay? Anyways, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego. I made this video because I want American citizens, fellow Californians, fellow La Jollans, fellow San Diegans, to understand something. And these campaigns are going on worldwide as well, operating on the same methods and templates of behaviors. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth of these matters. And they get the business community on board in these campaigns as well. That tells me that there's syndicated organized crime members in the Chamber of Commerce. Yes. Do you have any idea what might possibly really be going on in these Chamber of Commerce meetings? Do you attend them? So how can you say, no, this couldn't be going on? Do you attend their meetings to know? Let me tell you something right now. I was literally gaslighted by Chamber of Commerce members in Michigan. Yes. You would not believe what I know. This is organized crime in the system that is like an octopus. The head is this set of templates of protocols and methods, and the tentacles are in reference to how the syndicated members use their employment descriptions in each area of employment, white and blue collar employment descriptions, and how they can even use their employment descriptions to influence other areas of our community, okay, that hold specific jobs that might be able to assist the target. You would not believe what I know, okay? And I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I'm a target of this crime. And I'm trying to get help, but I can't because all my emails are being intercepted and rerouted. Right now, they're tapping into my YouTube accounts and in part trying to accuse me of copyright violations, because where I'm catching evidence at is in places where music is playing in the background, and they're trying to say that I'm engaging in copyright violations. I can't help that there's music playing in the background. You know, like when you go into a restaurant and there's music playing, they're trying to make it appear they got a legitimate reason to shut down my YouTube channels that hold the evidence by using these excuses. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. My squirrels are here, so I gotta feed them. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day. Oh, and by the way, today's date is June 26, 2013. Thank you.